get into some current standings.
All right.
So I guess we make a little adjustment since a one game finally went final.
All right. Well, since you're adjusting that, let's start out with the AL.
All right. So
AL East.
AL East. The Yankees are leading the cause just because of percentage.
But by
briefly
wins,
right now.
it's the Rays.
Because, since they had the weekend off against the Mets, Tampa Bay was technically leading at one point. Then they had a loss, so now they're back down below them. But at 16-9, the Yankees hold that lead with Tampa Bay at 19-11 in second place. Toronto has gotten hot lately, have creeped back up to that third spot. Baltimore is at 500 at 14-14, and Boston is our first 20-loss team of the year.
Wow, it's crazy, man. We got a couple of teams in 120. We got a team that's lost 20. But yeah, man, I'm liking the Buffalo Blue Jays over there, though.
Yeah,
they're trying to make a run.
They're making a run, and they could be possibly look at another pitching arm to help that. If
they need
make
it.
This run.
They
do.
They will. They really need one.
So it depends on the price is right. They're apparently looking at two of the Pittsburgh guys that could be added arm for them if they keep this hot streak alive. So let's get to the Central next.
Oh yeah, we got the Minnesota Twins, 20-10. Can you believe it?
Man, we knew that with all those moves this offseason that this could be the team that they want to get past that first round.
Yeah.
And they have done it so far.
Yeah, they've been doing great. That's a great record, in my opinion. 20-10, it's pretty solid. The next is the White Sox, and we've liked them from the beginning, too. They're 17-12, and that's what we liked about them. We said if anybody could be a wild card, it's them. They had a rocky start.
Real rocky.
Yeah, and now they're coming back, and they're doing their thing.
Yep.
We got Cleveland Indians in 17-12, Detroit Tigers 11-16, and Kansas City Royals 11-18.
Yeah. So Detroit has fallen off. So like I said, if they don't do nothing these next couple of games, they'll probably become sellers of the veterans or people who they got 1 year that they could help some teams out.
Well, not so fast. I mean, yes, they've only got 11 wins, but at the same time, when you think about this season, the top two, plus we got a couple of wild cards, there's still a chance because half the field's getting in. You're not technically out.
As I said, come Saturday, if you are, because you think about it, there's, what are they, from the lead of the division, 7 games. Really, if you can times it by 2.
Yeah.
You're out 14 in the regular season.
I agree.
So it's...
But this isn't a regular season.
Yes.
It's still 7 real actual games. So if you start winning a couple of them, start winning a little bit of, like, at least a couple series here and there, you never know, man.
Yeah, so we'll see in this weekend what they do. So then we have the West. We still have the red-hot Oakland A's at 20-10 as well.
Great. I love what this team's doing.
Houston has came on strong this last week. They're at 16-13, holding the second spot. Texas has been up and down roller coaster all year.
Mariners
are at 17,
and then
Mariners at 11-19, and then Angels at 9-21.
Angels are 9-21. Me and Alan missed this one. We thought the Angels were actually going to compete this year. I guess Rendon's not going to make the only difference, and if Showtime is not showing up, it's only so much.
I think because we thought Ohtani pitching.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be like a Babe Ruth situation where he's going to do good on both ends.
Let's see. He had promised before the injury, but man, he had a terrible 2 starts and then sat him for the arm for the rest of the year.
Right, and even though Rendon and Trout might be doing their thing, the rest of the team has to show up.
Yeah, like you said, with Upton not doing well,
Upton's not doing well. Brian Goodwin's doing okay, but not the greatest. I mean,
which they could flip him as well. So
they could.
So we'll see what the Angels do this week if they become a busy team to flip some players. So let's get the National League. So like we said earlier, Atlanta is leading the division at 16-12.
Yep.
Miami is now 13-11. Mets are now 12-15. Washington is 11-15, and then Phillies at 10-14.
Right. So it might look pretty all over the place right now, but what I like about this division right now is that all the teams still have a chance because they all suck. But everybody's within 3 games right now, except for the Braves. But that's okay because there's 2 guaranteed going in from that division.
So if you think about it, all through AL, NL, if you're at least 500, you probably should be in the playoff.
And that's what we were saying before the season started. We knew that a team with a pretty subpar record could have a chance to make it.
So like I said, well, Phillies, they're technically last, but they're technically 4 games out of first place with that terrible bullpen.
Right, which is why they need to make some moves.
So if they can win a couple this week, I think they're playing the Nationals. It was rain delayed earlier, so...
But that's what you need to do. You need to beat your in-division teams.
Because I think, if I remember correctly, they have Nationals and they have Braves this weekend.
Yeah, and if they take both those series, that helps out everybody.
Then they'll probably get more active come trade deadline come Monday.
Absolutely.
So that's why I said, like, this trade deadline, it depends on what you do this week, because then you really, after that, you have a third of the season left.
Yeah.
After that, when you get to September. So then we have Central, which is the team that's kind of surprising still, is the Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs are doing it.
At 18-10, leading that division.
Yeah. And then you look at the second place team. They need to play a little bit more games because the amount of games they've played is the amount of wins the Cubs have.
Yes.
We have the Cardinals at 10-8.
10-8, 3 games out second place. Then you have Milwaukee at 12-15.
Mm-hmm.
Reds 11-16. We thought this could be that team this year, but they cannot keep it or consistently. Pitching's been there, or like the bullpen gives it up, or like they'll have a good start. Next start is terrible. Hitting cannot be consistent, hitting home runs.
Well, you know what though? They are right there in the hunt still. They're right there. If they can escape in, they might change it around and get hot. That's all it takes.
That's why a lot of people were wondering if they were going to flip Trevor Bauer, but they're that close, and they still believe in their team.
And they should. Like I said, there's a couple teams that might be out of it. Let me see.
Pittsburgh next.
I'm going to call the Red Sox out of it just because their division is really tough.
Yeah, you were going to think, Angels, like
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh, Boston, out. And probably the Royals.
Oh, look, I'm not counting Angels out yet. They are very close. Very close. They need to start winning a win streak. But, yeah, they're basically out.
Yeah. So then the West, Dodgers. Like, what can we say about this team? Like, it's just commanding lead.
Yeah, man.
At 22-8.
Right. And since they're doing so well, they're overshadowing the Padres, who are doing pretty good, in my opinion.
Slam City, San Diego.
Yeah. What, they hit 5 grand slams in like 6 days or games or something like that?
Yes, because they had a streak of 4 in a row. Then they didn't do it Friday,
and
but
then
they did it Saturday.
Exactly. Man, Slam Diego, and I love it because they have like a little mannequin or something out there with a Slam Diego.
Like, that streak was insane. Like, and it wasn't it was the same player. It was different players.
I know. And that's how you know your team's going to be doing well because they're having fun. So that's going to be a team to watch out for. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then the Rockies.
Yeah.
Man, you started 11-2.
Right. What happened since then?
And now you've gone 3-11 since.
Nuts.
Like
that's not supposed to happen.
Terrible stretch.
Even if you just broke 500 after that point, you'd still be good. I mean, they're still good. I mean, they're still in it.
Yeah.
But the fact is, they could be in a solid second place.
And then next you had the Giants, which were looking terrible a couple weeks ago, giving up late inning games. Well, they're on a 6-game winning streak right now.
Exactly. They're not playing around. And that's why I said I'd hate to see them give up Yaz and then suffer this season. But if that's the route they want to go, they'd rather look for the future because they don't think they can make a huge absolute run in the playoffs.
Like, yes,
year.
we can make positive playoffs, but can we actually win? That's what I think they're thinking about.
Well, you got to believe your team's going to win, or why even put them out there on the field?
And then last in that division technically right now is the Arizona Diamondbacks at 13-17.
Right, but if you look at it as a whole, they're not out of it either. Everybody's right there. They're tight.
So,
and even for a wild card, these teams are still fighting for a wild card, even if they don't finish top 2.
So here's the playoff race as of yesterday. I didn't factor in the win-loss with Miami, which probably didn't really change much. So the AL, the number 1 seed right now would be the Twins. Number 2, the A's.
Okay.
Number 3, Yankees.
Wow.
Then you have Rays, White Sox, Astros as the other 2 teams, the second place in each division. And then your 2 other teams is Cleveland and Blue Jays.
So it basically sounds like the teams that are supposed to be there pretty much are.
Yeah, with the Orioles kind of fading out. They missed the 8th seed right now. So if it finished today, Twins would face the Blue Jays, A's would face Cleveland, Yankees would face the Astros, and then Rays and White Sox would play in the first round.
Okay.
So it'd be very interesting. So in the NL, of course, the number 1 seed is the Dodgers.
Easily.
Number 2 is Cubs. Okay. 3 is Braves. 4th is the Padres. Then we have the Cardinals. Then the Marlins. And then the 2, wild card teams, I guess, would be the Rockies and then the Giants.
Right. So the National League is still a little bit skewed. Like, we don't really know what's happening here.
Because
it's all over the place. Exactly.
Giants had like a 3.003 over the Mets for the 8th seed. That's how close it is.
Right. And then the Mariners are still making up ground.
So, yeah, the Marlins.
Or Marlins, I'm sorry.
So, Dodgers would face the Giants, Cubs would face the Rockies, Miami would face the Braves, and then Padres and Cardinals would face each other.
Ooh, that's interesting because if it finished today and you said the Cubs and the Rockies, if the Rockies got hot again, that would put a damper on their parade over there in Chicago. Yeah, so that would be an interesting series in my opinion.
Yeah, like even Man, but the Cardinals and Padres.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting as well. I like what the Padres have been doing, and like you said, the Cardinals are in it to win it. So,
And then, man, if say remember because the first round is only was it 3 games?
which is fine.
Think about
better
if
than
the
a
Giants did get in and had to play the Dodgers and force them to 3 games.
and beat them. If they beat them,
Dude.
then your stock for Yaz goes up even higher if that happened. I don't know.
Man.
I'm just saying. Just
But yeah,
spitballing.
It's gonna be crazy. Like the next couple of weeks when we really start paying attention more to the playoff races and after trade deadline, who's really serious. In about 2 weeks, we'll know for sure. Like because I'm pretty sure what Dodgers in 2 weeks they'll clinch a playoff spot.
Right.
The way they're
right,
going.
exactly. And that's what I was saying at the beginning. I was like, we got 60 games. Any team a little bit over 30 is definitely in.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the standings, let's talk about our players of the week who help these people help these teams get to their standings.
Yeah. So let's do AL first.
All right, so AL, I didn't pick a pitcher.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of do it on and off in pitchers, but my player is, I'm assuming everybody's player this week, Jose Abreu.
You had to.
How do you not pick this guy?
Dude, that stretch against the Cubs. This week against the Cubs, he murdered the Cubs.
He was the murder hornet.
4 straight at-bats with home runs.
Nuts. Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about his last 7 games. His last 7 games, he bats .533, going 16 out of 30, with 7 home runs, 15 RBIs, 9 runs, and he's got a 1.333 slugging percentage. He helped this team go 6-1.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the old man on the team, right?
The older guy, yeah.
Out
The
of the
more
young
veteran.
kids, yeah.
Yeah. Which they thought about maybe flipping.
Well, they still could.
Or no, wait, he's re-signed or something. I can't remember exactly what happened.
Yeah, man. Is that who you got?
Yeah, it was a no-brainer this week for the AL for that guy.
No brainer.
It was looking at him he did. Remember this weekend he went off.
Absolutely.
So the funny thing, I actually got his teammate for the AL pitcher of the week.
Okay.
I have Lucas Giolito. He went 1-0,
Giolito.
7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 13 strikeouts.
Nice. Good job, Giolito.
He's been up and down, but that game was solid for him. And then Abreu just smashing out. I'm like, well, I got 2 White Sox.
I think me and Alan have a little bit of a soft spot for the White Sox just because all these great players were playing on the AAA farm system.
And Charlotte.
By the time we were watching
some of them, yeah.
Exactly. Like Yohan Moncada and Giolito and everybody come up.
Yeah, because they're all trade chips. And
Fulmer.
Like I said, 16, I think it was, they dumped everyone and traded and got all these prospects. And
it's paying off.
It is. So
absolutely.
That's why I say I think Red Sox are about to do the same thing.
They should.
Dump. And, man, that baseball organization, Red Sox, are about to flip and be dangerous.
I think it's easier to make that decision as a Red Sox just because their division is so tough that you need to rebuild, and it's going to take time because you're not going to come out there next year and compete unless you have the best team you can possibly put on the field just because you got to play those teams.
And especially this was your first year, the new president and the new chief of operation. Let's see how this team does. Oh, they're garbage? Yeah, we're getting rid of everyone.
Bye-bye. No.
So let's go next to our National League Players of the Week.
All right.
Who do you got?
So my National League Player of the Week is Manny Machado.
Same here.
I mean, my man, last 7 games had 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. He's batting .393. He's flashing some old Manny out there.
Yeah, he's finally this was first Player of the Week by MLB, but as a National League player, he didn't get it all last year. Of course, it's been the Baltimore the years before. But yeah, I gave it to him slight over his teammate Tatis Jr.
Yeah, no, Tatis has been great.
At first, I was like, "Who's been my Player of the Week?" I said, "Well, it's got to be a Padre this week, the way they've been playing."
Yeah, but I had to tip my hat, give the nod to Manny Machado because he did the thing.
Yeah, which we all thought that he could be that guy. That's why he got the $300 million. And Padres, it was shocking at first, but when they saw the young pieces they had, they could put something together. And last year, unfortunately, Tatis got hurt, so we never saw the full promise. But this year, they're finally kind of putting together. So they're going to get their shot this year, most likely, if they keep it up. So we'll see what Machado can do with his team.
All right, did you get a pitcher?
I did.
Who you got?
I have our old friend Clayton Kershaw.
Oh, Clayton. What's he doing?
So he went 1-0, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 11 strikeouts. He's now 3-1 on the season with a 2-point-something ERA.
Man, great job.
So of course, he missed the first 2 starts of the season for his injury, but he's been quietly with the Dodgers. It's just you throw someone out there, I feel like they're gonna get the win almost every other time.
They should. And Clayton's he's been the guy there for a long time. So that's great for him. I didn't necessarily pick one, but I had to mention you Darvish. He was playing the game that me and Alan last recorded, so we didn't get to talk about him, and he was throwing a no. I think he took it to the 8th inning.
Darvish?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry. Was it not you?
No, it wasn't.
Who was
you.
it?
It was God, why am I having a brain fart right now?
It was an Asian pitcher. Are we agreeing on this?
Yes. It was
Hey, if you're still watching this, let us know who the pitcher was in the comments.
It was Kento Maeda.
Oh, Maeda, man.
Yeah, I was like,
man, I knew it was an Asian guy.
Yeah.
All right, so look, then we'll throw it to Kenta Maeda. He got traded this offseason, right? We can agree on that.
Yep, he was the Dodgers. He thought he was a starter. Dodger thought
He was a bull guy.
reliever,
Yeah,
so they flipped him
well,
to
look,
the Twins.
Look, Maeda was pitching the gym last week. Unfortunately, they kept him out a little too long.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew it. We were watching. He was at 100.
It was between too long and then also too much time. Those later innings.
Yeah, his team decided they wanted to get on the
To
get some
him
extra insurance runs,
and it was just taking too long in between. Milwaukee subbing pitchers. It just stretched him out, and he had
and he was already at 100 and what? He was like 110 basically when he came back in to pitch.
Yeah.
But the sadder news is that he didn't even get the no decision. He didn't get the win. They ended up losing it, or they went to
extras
extra
and they ended up winning it.
Right, but it just messed
it's
him
unfortunate.
up.
Like the first at bat was a bloop over, I think, second baseman, so it ended the no. So he got pulled, and then it was a hit, walk to load the bases, and then tied game.
That's nuts, man.
Man, I'm like, I feel bad. Pitch a gym and not even get a W.
Sorry, Kent, I called you, but
Yeah.
Hey,
it's part of the game. Unfortunately, like when he was there, we were watching like it's too many pitches.
Yeah, but I was like, you got to
are
send him back out there because he's throwing it. He's getting out of it. You can't not let him go back out there for
But
the
the
last
way
three.
it was just getting too long.
I know.
I'm like, I don't know. I would probably throw someone else out there.
Yeah, we didn't want to have another Johan moment.
But he's pitched well since then. I think he did one start after that, and I think he got the win as well. Not as no hitter ish, but he still got the W.
It's so sad when you get that close.
Yeah, no decision. One hit over 8 innings, technically. So.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick